Sexy.
Hello lady killers and man-eaters, Identity here from FurrySkill.com with the most complete Cobra guide to our most favorite Assassin Sentinel in Shards of War. If you like this video and you want to see further content and further guides in Shards of War, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy! Cobra's in-game categories or tags are attack, close combat, nuke and mobility. The most important thing you need to know when playing Cobra is that he is not a fighter and first throw, dishing out constant damage, but he is a nuker, he is an assassin. So his main duty in a team fight or in the Shards of War game is to finish off enemies which are dropping low on health, to make sure they can't escape, regenerate and return to the fight. His whole skill set kit is therefore conditioned for exactly this purpose. This means that you need to play him like a real ninja. You constantly should be out of sight of the enemies and you should wait for your moment to engage and kill. Especially then when enemies have their CCs on cooldown, when they are focused on another hero to backstab them, to flank them. This is how you play Cobra. You don't play Cobra by trying to win lanes by pushing them or try to go in a direct one-on-one situation against another hero. You want to engage, you want to strike and you want to get out of the danger zone immediately. Hit and run techniques. Cobra's skill set is tailored towards mobility and heavy nuke. His passive Thrill of the Chase gives him a movement speed bonus burst after using a skill and allows him to stick to his prey or escape the dangerous zone immediately again. His right click is Venom Blade, which throws a dagger at the enemy, dealing damage and slowing the enemy for some time. Slice and Dice does AoE damage around Cobra in a short range, hitting all enemies which are caught in the radius. Serpent Strike is Cobra's gap closer and escape mechanism, which allows him to teleport a short distance. Viper's Kiss is Cobra's ultimate and it allows him to use it together in combination with one of his other skills, which will get another function or will get additional functionality on it. Viper's Kiss and Venom Blade used together will allow Cobra to stun an enemy instead of just slowing it. Slice and Dice combined with the ultimate will deal an AoE around Cobra, which not only does damage but also applies a damage over time effect on all enemies hit by it. And Serpent Strike combined with the ultimate will teleport Cobra a short distance and apply a shield on Cobra, which gives him quite more survivability in and after a team fight. In regards to Cobra's loadout, I feel that there are only two real options which you can take. The first one is a complete glass cannon build, which is the recommended and standard loadout, the first row. As a newcomer to Cobra, you can do nothing wrong with it. Just keep in mind that you have barely any defense and your attacks and engagements needs to be precise and effective. My favorite loadout, which I usually use in 9 of 10 Cobra games which I'm playing, is on team level A the acceleration frame to boost your mobility over the map and help you with taking objectives like watchtower, medkits and fighting for drones or sniping drones. On team level B I used to take parasite mesh to have a little bit more sustain in fights, meaning I can heal myself up when I'm engaging the enemy. On team level C I nearly always take as a plasma charger. Reason for it is that Cobra without energy is, well, a snake without its tooth. He can't do much, he loses all his mobility, he loses all his damage output, and therefore I take plasma charger to regenerate my energy and to keep it up and to keep myself in the game and in the fight. On team level D there is no other option than to take the Convergence Core. It is your main damage item for your abilities. It will boost the damage of your abilities, and it will provide every few seconds a slow on your first ability, meaning you can slice and dice and keep your enemy close to you. On team level E, however, I prefer to take Displacement Engine. A flash for engagement and escapes is just too beautiful and just too important to not take. I actually recommend Displacement Engine on nearly every single champion. This item is absolutely strong and gives you so much utility that all other items look a little bit inferior to it. The nearly 10% damage which you get with Catastrophe Engine sound really good, especially on a glass cannon build. It is a possibility. However, 10% damage if you're dead or if you can't catch up to your enemy are worthless, and therefore Displacement Engine is stronger as a choice. On team level F, you have actually nearly 4 possibilities to take. Those are the Cybernetic Amp, the Incendiary Rounds, the Corrosive Field, and Rampart. Rampart is a defensive item which allows you to block an incoming CC, which is sometimes really necessary to have. However, your playstyle should be very precise with Cobra, and you shouldn't engage the enemy when he has his strong CC's abilities up. Therefore, wasting an item slot which can be used for enhancing your damage is kind of a waste. I prefer currently running with Cybernetic Amp or Incendiary Rounds. Incendiary Rounds in games where you need to fight for drones more actively, especially when you have to take them on your own and you're facing an enemy team which is quite tanky and your team has problems to get them down. With Incendiary Rounds and your abilities, you can have a dot for a very long time on your enemy and bring them down to a moment where you can snipe them off. The mechanics behind Corrosive Fields are not 100% clear to me. We don't have real information on how defense works on enemies, therefore I can't judge how strong, how weak this item is, and therefore I prefer to skip it and replace it with Cybernetic Amp. Cybernetic Amp gives you an 18% damage bonus on everything, and these are 18% for sure, and therefore I prefer to take this. But of course everyone plays different, and you should experiment with your personal loadouts which will fit your personal playstyle with Cobra the best. As a few advices and tips from me is, when you create those loadouts, keep in mind that Cobra needs mobility. He needs to have further increase of his burst potential, as well as much sustain as you can afford in your loadouts without sacrificing too much damage. Cobra doesn't want to have downtimes. He needs to be ready to strike and kill and snipe an enemy whenever there's a chance to, so make sure that you're going to be ready when the time is ready for it. If you would like to see full gameplay content with Cobra, visit my stream on Twitch TV or click one of those 2 links underneath now. And this is it. This was my Cobra guide to Shards of War. If you guys liked this little guide on Cobra and would like to see further content in Shards of War, further guides, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with all videos which are coming out in future. Thanks for watching. I'm Identity, and I wish you a wonderful day.
'Cause winners are sexy.